know you're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. You're so hypnotic, magical.
Let me show you something. Let me show you something.
It is freezing cold outside, but it is heating up here in Cousins Gymnasium. Hello, everybody, and welcome to JumboCast and this Friday night matchup of the Tufts Jumbos against the Trinity Bantams. My name is Felix Bhattacharya, and I'm joined here today by my colleague Riley Daniel. Riley, what do you expect to see from this matchup today?
I'm expecting to see a really good matchup here today. Two teams both in need of a win on the NESCAC game. Jumbos want to keep home field advantage, be able to host a game in the first round of the NESCAC tournament. And this Trinity team needs a win to keep their hopes alive of making the NESCAC tournament.
Absolutely, both teams in need of a win here today. Both teams absolutely wanting this win. It is going to be intense. It is going to be heated up tonight. Trinity has quite a tall team. We were talking about earlier, height is a big advantage that they have here. What do you expect Tufts to do to sort of defend against that height advantage?
I mean, the way you beat a team with height is ball movement. You got to get it in, get it out. Quick passes, quick drives, off-ball screens, get open shots. Make those 6'6", 6'5" guys come out to the perimeter and defend your shooters.
And the Jumbos have been fantastic since the return of the senior Luke Rogers. Absolutely expect to see a lot from him today here. Trinity also has a strong lineup. Who are the top players from Trinity, Riley?
Yeah, I mean, looking at that Trinity lineup, you want to look, starting off with Donald Jordan Jr. He's senior star on that team. And then looking at Ben Callahan Gold, who even as a freshman is second on the team, scoring just over 13 a game, coming off the bench. He's someone the Jumbos can't afford to let get hot in this game.
Yes, Callahan Gold, my apologies, had a great game against Colby, 18 points there. Of course, both teams here, NESCAC rivals, as we come down 5 seconds to see the starting lineups here in this NESCAC matchup. Let's turn to the starting lineups now.
Good evening and welcome to Cousins Gymnasium on the campus of Tufts University for tonight's NESCAC game between the Jumbos and the Trinity College Bantams. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to 7 court. Will Tufts Senior Center Luke Rogers please join head coach Brandon Higgins, who will present you for the commemorative ball representing the 1,000th point of Luke's career as a Jumbo. Luke is awarded his 1,000th point at Hamilton College on January 14th, becoming the 33rd player in Jumbo history to do so.
As mentioned earlier, Tufts has been fantastic since the return of Luke Rogers. The senior recently hit his 1,000 point mark. Definitely a difference maker here for the Jumbos and will make a difference in this matchup today.
Ladies and gentlemen, at
Congratulations
this
to
time
him
we ask
as we
you to
turn to
please rise and move your
the
caps
national
and
anthem.
direct your attention to the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Cousins Gymnasium has fans for the first time in 2 years. Riley, you think this is going to make a difference here today?
Yeah, I do. I really do. Jumbos were very vocal about wanting fans in the stands. Fans showed up today, and they're going to make a difference in this game.
As we look to the starting lineups, starting with the Trinity Bantams.
Apologies, folks. We seem to be having some technical difficulties with the coaching staff of Trinity and the scorers.
Seem to be some discrepancy in who the starters are.
At guard, a senior from Tampa, Florida, number 10, Donald Jordan.
We talked about Donald Jordan Jr. He's absolutely a great player for Trinity, the star player there.
Number 11, Will Dorian. At forward, a sophomore from Burtonsville, Maryland, number 15, Gilbert Otu.
The two sophomores there.
At guard, a freshman from Portland, Oregon, number 23, Ethan Eckern.
They go with the freshman, McKern.
And at center, a sophomore from New York, New York, number 32, Ben Callahan.
Trinity absolutely has a team that is here for the future. 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen in their starting lineups as we look to the Jumbos as they announce their starters. Dylan Thorner, a beast on the court, has made a difference all year long.
Yeah, coming off a 27-point game.
Aronson, another player there that's always consistent with his shooting.
Here from East Hampstead, New Hampshire, number 22, Brennan Morris.
Yeah, Brennan Morris brings that experience there, a graduate student.
Number 23, Will Brady.
Will Brady, expected him to see in the starting lineup here today.
And forward, a senior from Roxborough, Massachusetts, number 32, Luke Rogers.
And their leader, their star, Luke Rogers, the final and 5th member in the starting lineup for the Jumbos.
Yeah, I think experience is a big difference. You look at this Trinity team, they got 4 underclassmen starting. Jumbos, 5 upperclassmen in the starting lineup. This Trinity team, with all these underclassmen, they have played very few away games with actual fans in their NESCAC experience. This Jumbos team, they've played a lot of big home games like tonight, right here at Cousins. They know what it takes, and they know how to bring it.
Jordan Jr., the only senior starting for the Bantams. He's their star player. He brings that experience to the court and to this team. He's going to be the difference maker here today. As we turn the tip off, it's going to be Luke Rogers against Jordan Jr.
For sure, and just looking at the height, it's going to be a battle inside right from the tip.
Tip goes to Rogers. Jumbos start off. Aronson with it. Morris. Rogers. Aronson at the perimeter, looking for an open man, finds Rogers. Rogers tries to get that pass off to Thorner, but can't get it there.
Yeah, Trinity quick to double Rogers as soon as he gets the ball in the post there.
Now Trinity the other way.
Jumbo's going to pick up in man.
McCarron. There's Dorian. Dorian pulls up. Rebound goes to Morris. Morris over to Thorner. That's Aronson, apologies. Aronson's. Thorner with it. Rogers. Morris gonna pull up. Nope, pass to Rogers. Rogers in the paint, steps out of bounds. Balls is gonna go to the Trinity.
A little bit sloppy here on offense at the beginning of this game. Jumbo's looking to play through Luke Rogers, but Luke Rogers having a little bit of trouble with ball control.
McCarron. He's gonna find Dorian. Dorian over to Callahan Gold. McCarron now in the paint, over to Dorian. Pulls up, Trinity misses off the mark. Morris with the rebound.
Yeah, Trinity looking to run that high pick and roll, looking to get shots off of that, but the Jumbo's doing a good job staying.
Morris over to Rogers. Being covered tightly. Rogers gonna try and find a man. Tries to pass it over. Out of bounds. Still no points on the board here early on.
Yeah, and we talked about the freshman, Ben Callahan Gold. 3 possessions in for the Jumbos. 3 times he has not let Luke Rogers do anything with the ball.
Now Dorian. Over to McCarron. Callahan Gold. Dorian with it. There's McCarron. Callahan Gold, pull up. Misses.
Luke Rogers almost tipped that into his own basket.
Aronson from downtown pulls up and banks it.
That's good. First possession, the Jumbos don't look to force it to Luke Rogers, and they hit.
Now Trinity the other way. Callahan Gold gonna pull up. Can't return the points. It's gonna be out of bounds, Jumbo's ball.
Yeah, you can't let him bring the ball up and get an uncontested 3. He's a 40% three-point shooter.
Aronson. Thorner over to Rogers. Rogers. Aronson pulls up. Off the mark. Bantams, other way. There's McCarron. Finds a 2. McCarron. Gonna pull up. Goes off Thorner's head. Jumbo's managed to steal it. Jumbo's the other way.
Great hands there from Morris.
Thorner. Gonna keep it. Finds Aronson. Over to Rogers.
Immediately the double comes.
Rogers gonna stay in the paint. Pulls up. Misses the points. Gets his own rebound. Pulls up. 2 tries and 2 misses.
Doing a great job there. Callahan Gold stayed vertical. Didn't give in the foul.
Low scoring game early on. Callahan Gold pulls up. There's a splash from downtown for Callahan Gold.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to defensively game plan for a 6'6" forward who can shoot from deep.
Ties it up as we see the Jumbos looking to bring in some new players early on. Aronson. Aronson pulls up.
Good shot there from Aronson. Had the patience to come back out, recycle, and find the open shot.
A 2. There's an air ball. Thorner. Thorner gonna pull up. Off the mark.
Good foul there.
Charging foul there.
Good foul there from Thorner, as they would have had a 2-on-none going the other way.
As we see Rogers coming out, Carson Cohen coming in, as well as Will Brady checking out. We're going to see Truman Gettings coming in to replace Luke Rogers.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the offense changes. Everything was running through Luke Rogers that first 5 minutes. We'll see if they do the same with Gettings or they try and play a little bit of ball movement with the guards.
Dana Smith going to come in for Trinity. Seems like they took out Gold early on. The Gold's still in the game. It's going to be Jordan Jr. that comes out.
Yeah, foul there. Good job for the Jumbos getting underneath, getting inside position, boxing out. Fundamentals wins you games.
Jumbos lead by 2. Here's Cohen. Cohen finds Morris, finds Aronson. Aronson makes the shot. That was Thorner.
Great extra pass there from Morris. Everyone in the building, including me, thought he was shooting it, but he had eyes in the back of his head there.
Thorner gets the 3. Bantams. McCarron gonna pull it in himself. Foul's gonna be called as Jumbos get the ball. As Brandon Morris is gonna come out, checking in to replace him is gonna be Casey McLaren, the sophomore.
I wonder if that's the sort of move that's not necessarily a position or a skill-based move, but more a lack of leadership, as the immaturity and the lack of experience really showing on this Trinity team those last couple possessions.
Thorner's going to get a foul there, as Cohen with the inbound pass. Cohen's going to find Thorner. Thorner. Aronson going to pull it in, pulls up, makes it fall.
That's just great individual offense from Aronson there.
Jumbo's with the early lead here in this matchup. Dorian on the ball. Over to Smith. Stripped.
Getting Aronson with the foul there. That's the sort of foul you like to see, because getting those hands in there, trying to get a quick steal, trying to go the other way, you don't mind those because it's not a foul for lack of effort or a foul for being out of position. It's a foul just wanting it too much almost.
Dylan Thorner's going to get a little break on the bench as Theo Henry comes in to replace him. Autu's going to take the ball up. Off the mark. There's Dor.
Great job there for Theo Henry to take that charge.
Yeah, Jordan Jr. going to get the charge foul there.
We talked about it, Felix, that this Trinity team has a height advantage, but they're not even trying to use it. They have yet to really run a dedicated possession down in the post.
Cohen. Over to McLaren. Cohen. Cohen's going to keep the ball. There's Henry. Aronson gonna pull up downtown, airballed it. Aronson is the only player from the Jumbo starting lineup on the court right now, as Dieterle is gonna check in. Completely new lineup here for the Jumbos. A much younger team.
Yeah, wonder how much having another game tomorrow influences who's playing today.
Gettings. There's going to be the Callahan gold.
That was Jordan there.
Jordan Jr.
Going after Gettings, as for the first time, Trinity takes advantage of their height.
Wide open. He's going to find Cohen. Charge foul is going to be called on Cohen.
Yeah, Jumbo is trying to do a little too much there. Someone's just got to, if you have the open shot, take it. Trying to be a little too cute, make extra passes when they're not needed.
As the stands are starting to fill up, the crowd is getting excited.
Jumbos go into a full court press all of a sudden, and now they're going to back off.
New player in for the Bantams. That's Tyler Mola, senior guard. Dorian. Finds Smith. Dorian. Blocked
What a play there.
by Truman Gettings. Cohen. Henry. Finds Gettings. Gettings gonna pull into the paint, pulls up, misses the mark.
Close there from Gettings. He's getting what he wants and will at offense. He's got to finish.
Bose in the paint, pull up. Dorian the other way now. Smith gets that charge foul. Bose are gonna get the ball back. Lots of charge fouls from both teams.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's been more offensive fouls than defensive fouls in this game so far.
Rogers and Aronson coming back in after a brief break on the bench.
We'll see if that changes how the Jumbos look to attack. If they go back to that pick and roll with Aronson and Rogers that they were running at the beginning of the game.
Cohen finds Rogers. Rogers being double teamed strongly. Wide open, Tyler Aronson.
Yeah, the Jumbos are realizing that if they're going to triple team Rogers down low, there's going to be open shooters in that far corner.
McCarron. Jordan Jr. McCarron. Pass out to Mola. Mola misses the mark. Bows the other way. Now Cohen. Cohen driving strong. Finds Aronson. Over to the perimeter. Aronson.
Yeah, Luke Rogers just a little outside of his range there. Trinity does a good job keeping the Jumbos to the perimeter on that possession.
McCarron. Over to Hawk. There's Mola. Hawk. McCarron. McCarron pulling into the paint. Finds Jordan Jr. stripped of the ball. Bows are going to fight for it. Jumbos get it back, but out of bounds. Trinity's going to hold.
I'm going to guess that in practice yesterday, both of these teams worked a lot on defense because there's been 15 points in the first 10 minutes of this game.
Low scoring game. Bows leading by 5 as timeout is called. What have you seen early on here in this matchup, Riley?
Yeah, I've seen a Jumbos team that's trying to force things a little bit inside when working it on the outside, especially Tyler Aronson is working and the Trinity's giving it to him, but instead they keep forcing it into Luke Rogers. It worked once, but it seems as if Trinity's figured out how to stop that, so it's up to the Jumbos coaching staff to come up with something new to kind of structure this offense, beat the defense that's going on right now.
Lots of movement on and off the bench from both teams as the starters come back onto the court for the Jumbos. And Trinity led by Callahan Gold and Jordan Jr. Bantams with the ball.
Luke Rogers gets called for another foul down low. That's something the Jumbos can't have. You can't have fouls when they're not anywhere near the basket, anywhere near a scoring chance, especially on your star.
McCarron now. He's going to pull up early. Thorner's going to try to get the rebound. Seems like it was touched there by Hawk, so Jumbos keep the ball.
It's good to see Thorner back. He had been out for a while there, but Jumbos really need him to step up, play like he did over the weekend.
Aronson, Rogers. Rogers being defended strongly. Thorner. Downtown and the splash from Will Brady, the senior. He's been very impactful for the Bows all year long.
Yeah, that's just the extra pass there. Trinity was paying attention to Thorner. They've been doing their scouting, but Thorner knows that too, and he knew he had Will Brady in the corner.
First foul charge number 11, Tyler Aronson, his Sunday team fifth. Jumbo substitution to the game number 10, Carson Cohen.
That's not good, and that the Jumbos can't really afford to have any of their stars in foul trouble, and Aronson has to go to the bench with 9 minutes to go in this first half.
Callahan Gold downtown, off the mark.
Great touch pass there from Thorner.
McCarron. Over to Mola. He's going to keep. Rebound. Fantastic rebound by Hawk to pull it back up and makes it fall.
Yeah, that's just the Jumbos forgetting. One of the guards is supposed to be boxing out Hawk there, but they got distracted ball watching and led to an easy basket there.
Rogers. Looking for a man. He's going to be called for the travel. Seems like he was trying to pass it over there to Morris, but couldn't find him.
Yeah, and once again, the Jumbos are having trouble when they're forcing it through Luke Rogers.
McCarron. Jumbo's going to a man-to-man now. Rogers. Gonna stay strong on Jordan Jr., gets the ball. Cohen. Morris pulls up. Rebounded by Jordan Jr. McCarron now the other way for the Bantams.
They're going to get McEachern there with the moving screen. I didn't see a whole lot in that, but
we're going to see Bobby Stewart, the freshman, checking in as Rogers gets a break on the bench. Cohen over to Morris. Cohen, Morris. There's Thorner. Out of bounds. Bows keep the ball.
that's good there. Jumbo's getting on the offensive boards.
Early on, we've seen quite a few turnovers for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams turning the ball over and not shooting the ball well.
Tipped by Otu. McCarron's going to bring it the other way. McCarron. He's going to find Callahan Gold. Dorian to McCarron. McCarron's going to try and go for a wide pass. Intercepted there by Will Brady, but he's going to step out of bounds.
Yeah, Jumbos did a good job forcing McEachern to that sideline. Just couldn't hold on to that ball.
McEachern. Callahan Gold. Finds a 2. Callahan Gold, he's going to take the shot. And as the shot clock runs out, he can't get the points.
I'll tell you what, the Jumbos got to be more aware that they got to know that he has to force that shot, and they can't let him get that shot off.
Cohen over to Brady. Brady's going to hold on to it. Thorner. Thorner looking to pull up, doesn't do it. There's Brady, but off the mark.
Yeah, that's another miss for Jumbo, shooting 37% from deep. And this Trinity team is shooting 15% from deep.
Two in the paint. Foul's going to go on there. Seems like Jordan Jr. is going to be going to the line.
Yeah, Jordan Jr. is not a great free throw shooter, shooting 54% on the year. He's their worst free throw shooter, so not the worst one you want at the line if you're the Jumbos.
As we see Casey McLaren, the sophomore, coming in. Seems like it's just going to be, it's not going to be a shooting foul. So inbound pass for the Bantams. A lot of passing. Movement of the ball. Otu gonna hold on to it. Moves in the paint. Takes it out. Jordan Jr. over to Otu. There, the foul's gonna be on the floor.
That's gonna put Trinity in the bonus. They will be shooting now.
Otu's gonna take the 2 shots.
Substitution into the game, number 25, Truman Gettings.
You see Truman Gettings coming back on for the Jumbos.
Yeah, this is the real problem with the fouls on Luke Rogers and Aronson is now you really don't want to risk them. They're too important, so you kind of got to sit them for these last 6 minutes of this half.
Otu makes the first, gets a shot at a second.
You kind of have to let them sit, and you're forced to rely on Gettings, on Morris, and right now, none of them can seem to buy a shot to save their lives.
Bantams take out Callahan Gold and bring in Mola. Makes both of them. Now the Jumbos. Cohen. Cohen's gonna keep it. Looking to pass. Aronson. Cohen. As the shot clock coming down, final 4 seconds. Morris gonna take the shot, and he makes it!
Morris bailed them out there. They had him wide open in the quarter 10 seconds earlier, forced him into a tough shot, and he bailed him out.
Jumbo's gonna extend the lead here, 18 to 19, not 18 to 9, apologies. As the ball is intercepted once again by the Jumbos. Morris now in the fast break. Great ball there, underhanded by Morris. Jumbos extending the lead 20 to 9. We're moving into double digits here. Riley, what have the Jumbos been doing correctly?
I mean, I don't even want to think it's team basketball. I think it's you're finally starting to see individuals. You're starting to see Brennan Morris. You're starting to see Aronson. You're starting to see Gettings step up, make the big plays they're known for. Morris leading the Jumbos with 8 right now.
We see not a lot of movement from Trinity, sort of spread all around when it comes to points. Absolutely spread out here from Jumbos as well. Not a lot of action from Luke Rogers yet. Definitely coming from Dylan Thorner, Tyler Aronson, and Brennan Morris.
Yeah, absolutely. Morris leading the Jumbos in scoring, and it's good when you don't have to rely on your big three. When you have others step up, make big plays, contribute, lead this team. And if you were going to point to me before this game and say, all right, your big three, your stars, aren't going to show up in the first half, who's going to step up? I would have told you Brennan Morris, and he is doing it right now.
Lots of mid-range shots from the Jumbos as expected. Don't have the height advantage here. Although the Bantams have really taken out most of their bigger players. Height seems to have been evened out.
Yeah, I don't think the Bantams are playing this game right in that they have a significant height advantage, and they kind of are refusing to use it as they try it now.
Dorian finds Jordan Jr. Jordan Jr. in the paint, pulls up.
Speak of the devil.
Cohen. Over to Aronson. Aronson finds Morris with a deep pass. That's going to be pushed out of bounds by the Bantams. Jumbo's going to hold on to it as Luke Rogers comes back into the game.
Yeah, and it seems like the way that the Bantams are playing defense, they're doubling the ball handler, and Brennan Morris is open in the far corner on nearly every possession right now.
Tyler Aronson. Cohen. Morris finds Rogers. Rogers in the paint, blocked by Jordan Jr. What a block from Jordan Jr. there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mola. He's going to find Callahan Gold. Dorian looking to pull it up. It's going to be stripped by Morris, but Bantam's going to hold on to it.
Yeah, Morris making his presence felt on both sides of the floor right now.
Trinity looking to narrow the margin.
Jumbo's got lucky there. Luke Rogers did not see the through pass to a wide open Jordan, but Jordan didn't see it either.
The two trying to find Jordan Jr. there. Jordan Jr. ball went right over his head in that instance. Now Morris. Jumbo's taking it the other way. There's Aronson. Over to Morris.
Trinity switched up the defense. They're up now on Morris and backing off a little bit on Luke Rogers down low.
Cohen pulling into the paint. Finds McLaren. McLaren pulls up and gets it to go.
Yeah, Trinity got caught ball watching on Rogers and on Thorner and forgot to watch the backdoor cut.
Bantams. Jordan Jr. Wide open. Dorian misses it though. Now Mola gonna get the rebound, misses it again. Cohen gets the rebound, takes it the other way in the fast break. Finds Aronson. McLaren over to Rogers. Rogers in the paint. He's gonna be fouled, gonna be taken to the line. Won't be taken to the line. It's going to be a floor foul.
Yeah, and once again, the Jumbos are kind of getting bailed out by the fact that Trinity is shooting, I believe they're almost approaching the single digits from three-point percentage-wise, because they've given up a lot of open shots that Trinity just hasn't been able to convert.
McLaren wide open. There we go.
And on the other end, the Jumbos are finally starting to hit their shots, and it is the gulf in quality is starting to show up on the scoreboard.
Callahan Gold over to Dorian. Dorian gonna pull in from mid-range, pulls up. Foul's gonna be called.
Yeah, good call there. Great job by Dylan Thorner, knowing that they were gonna try and create the contact and being ready for it, not getting called for reaching in there.
Aronson. Aronson finds an open McLaren. Morris. Thorner.
They got Rogers with the moving screen there. I don't agree with that call. He seemed pretty set to me. And again, the Jumbos seem to be doing better right now when they're using Rogers more as a decoy than when they're trying to force it through him.
Callahan Gold. McEachran. Dorian. Going to be tipped out of bounds. I don't know if Jordan Jr. going to touch on that one, but Trinity's going to hold on to it.
I think Gettings got the last touch there.
Dorian finds a McEachran. McEachran going to pull the mid-range. Misses the mark.
Trinity cannot buy a shot right now.
There's Thorner open, pulling into the paint, pulls up, gets fouled on the way up.
Crowd really wanted that. They were ready to explode if that had fallen. Thorner looks to be okay after that hard fall, though.
Thorner's going to go to the line, going to shoot two.
Trinity going to use a third timeout of this first half. And I guess that gives me another chance to go look at their shooting percentages. And, well, I guess that would explain why they're taking another timeout, because they are shooting 17% from the field. And I don't care if you are playing Pee Wee basketball, you're not going to win a game shooting 17% from the field.
In comparison, Jumbos have been hitting the mark 43.5%, and especially from threes, 50% three-point percentage.
Yeah, Jumbo's hitting from deep. Trinity's 1 of 9. Their shooters, especially Callahan Gold, who is known for his three-point shooting, have gone ice cold. They hit their first three of the game and have gone 0 for 8 since.
As Dylan Thorner goes to the line to take 2 shots. Makes the first.
Yeah, free throw is a big point of emphasis this week for the Jumbos. They're actually last in the NESCAC in free throw shooting percentage, but Thorner is the best free throw shooter on this Jumbos team.
Makes both of that, only extending the Jumbos' already very strong lead.
Trinity going back to a little bit of a new look lineup here as they still keep McEachran in. He has yet to see any rest and is starting to show a little bit.
A 2. Finds Callahan Gold. Callahan Gold from mid-range. He's double-teamed there, but still pulls up the shot. Can't make it, though. Now Aronson. Over to Morris. Morris going to hold on to it, trying to get the ball away. Aronson pulls up mid-range. No good.
Trinity gets another board. They're doing a good job keeping the Jumbos off the boards, but can't convert anything on the offensive end.
Now McEachran pulling in himself. Gets the rebound, too. It's going to be a floor foul. Bantams in the bonus, gonna get a 1-1 here. McEachran misses the first, can't get a shot at a second there. As Aronson takes it the other way. Jumbos seem to be slowing down the pace here.
Well, absolutely.
Morris, turn around, jump shot, banks it.
Absolutely, you want to slow down the pace here. You're up 18. The last thing you want to do is give this Trinity team any sort of momentum going into halftime.
As we enter the final seconds of the first half. Off the mark there, 4-2. Aronson. Morris finds a wide open Thorner. Thorner gets the jumper.
Trinity gonna hold here for the last shot as the crowd starting to make themselves heard.
Jumbos with a 20-point lead going into halftime as McEachran. Callahan Gold with the last shot. Misses it. And the Jumbos go into the locker room with a strong 20-point lead.
Yeah, in that last 5 minutes, everything seemed to fall for the Jumbos, and nothing is falling for Trinity right now. In the last 10 minutes of play, Trinity has scored 4 points. In the last 1 minute of play, the Jumbos have scored 5.
And we at JumboCast and from Jumbo Athletics would like to thank you for tuning in. All of us would like to give a massive shout out to Team Impact, a big supporter of our organization as well as us supporting them. Team Impact, a fantastic organization. Be sure to check them out. Thank you, Team Impact.
We will be back shortly with the second half.
We've learned a lot from him, and we've probably learned more from him than he's learned from us.
I think they're a real important part in my life. I can't describe it. It feels amazing.
Team Impact is a national nonprofit that connects kids living with serious and chronic illness with college athletic teams, forming lifelong bonds and life-changing outcomes.
Can I have a hug? What's your favorite subject?
When you spread the word about Team Impact, you have the power to change lives.
So hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. you know you're so hypnotic, magical. You're so hypnotic, magical.
Let me show you something. Let me show you something.
Welcome you back to Cousins Gymnasium and JumboCast for this NESCAC matchup between the Tufts Jumbos and the Trinity Bantams. Once again, my name is Felix Bhattacharya, joined by Riley Daniel. Riley, what have we seen early on in this first half that brought the Jumbos to this strong extended lead?
Defense has been the key. They have forced 10 turnovers from this Trinity team. They have not let any of their big stars down low get going. They're at a height disadvantage. It is not showed in this first half. They have come out, forced Trinity to beat them from the outside, and Trinity has not been able to do it.
Absolutely, and the same we've noticed from the Bantams. They've definitely been focusing defensively on Luke Rogers. He hasn't gotten many points or any buckets really in this matchup here today. Let's see if the Bantams will continue with that focus, with focusing on Rogers, or if they're going to really approach the other shooters as well.
Yeah, well, you saw in the last 5 minutes of that first half, the focus on Luke Rogers led to countless open shooters for the Jumbos, which is where they really were able to expand this lead.
Bantams starting off the second half. There's McEachran. Callahan Gold. Two pulling in.
Jumbos get another turnover there.
As we take a look at the other NESCAC matchups going on in the basketball world. Currently, Colby losing to Hamilton 37-29, and Conn College beating Bates 43-35. Conn College is going to take a trip over to Medford tomorrow to face off against the Jumbos, which you will find live on JumboCast tomorrow at 3 p.m. as Aronson pulls up, misses the mark though.
Those of you who are frequent JumboCast viewers will remember the absolute thrill of a game we had when Conn College came in the NCAA Elite 8 during soccer season. We only can hope that tomorrow will be as good of a game.
McEachran. Over to Dorian. Finds Callahan Gold. Two. McEachran. Dorian being double teamed. There's Jordan Jr. Ball's going to be stripped though. Now Thorner. He's going to get the charge foul on the floor.
No, they didn't call a charge, I don't think. They called a blocking foul and didn't give him the and one. And I'll tell you what, that Jumbo's bench is livid. That seemed like one motion to me.
Morris. Bantams the other way. Two. Callahan Gold. Wide open, but misses the three. Now Aronson. Aronson finds. He's going to get the and one. Luke Rogers.
Yeah, what a play by Aronson, pushing the pace. That little no-look shovel pass, knowing exactly where Luke Rogers is. That's what happens when you play together for 3 years. Luke Rogers, as always, goes up strong with the finish.
Rogers gets the extra shot at the line. Makes it. It's going to extend the Jumbo's lead to 23.
Yeah, you talk about runs. With 5 minutes to go in the first half, this was a 7-point game. It's now a 23-point game.
McEachran finds a two. A two can't get the three. Now Rogers. Rogers tries. Dorian. Rebounded by Brady.
Jumbo's really pushing it here at the beginning of this half.
Out of bounds, Trinity possession.
Thorner tried to get the ball up there, but knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, Jumbos are just dialed in, though, defensively.
McEachran. Dorian gonna pull up, mid-range. No good. Now Morris. Morris gonna hold on to it. He's gonna find Aronson. Aronson! Jumbo's missed another.
He didn't get it, but that was a great feed from Morris to cut baseline, know that they were collapsing, and know where the open man Aronson would be.
McEachran now taking it the other way. No major changes by the Jumbo defense, still focusing on a man-to-man. As Thorner tries to cover Jordan, two.
Oh, Will Brady just unlucky there as he absolutely won the battle with both McEachern and Callahan going for that rebound. But unfortunately, his pinky toe was on the line, so it will be Trinity ball.
Trinity in a good offensive position now. McEachern over to Jordan Jr. Whistle going to be blown.
Coach Linton not happy with the call, and you have to wonder what it is he's so unhappy about that's making him yell at the referees in a game you're up 23.
A 2. Over to McEachern. Tipped by Brady. But Dorian gets it back. Dorian now going to take it himself. Loses the ball, picks it back up. Jordan Jr. Oh, 2 almost knocked it in there.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams in this situation, down by 23, playing the way they've been playing, would pack it in, but we are not seeing that from that Trinity team. They're giving it their absolute all. They're just, shots aren't falling right now.
McEachern over to Dorian. Dorian with a wide open, he pulls up and gets it to go.
And a timeout called by Trinity. Phyllis, what do you read into that? That's an interesting spot to call a timeout. You scored your first basket in about 8 minutes of play, and then you suddenly call a timeout?
I think the Bantams are trying to switch up their strategy here. They're going to see how they can slow down this Jumbo offense right now. The Jumbos are on a roll, and you want to stop that momentum.
Interesting choice of words. You said slow down. See, I'm wondering, does that mean they put on some sort of press here where you might see a full court press? And do you see, as we kind of saw in the first minute of this half, but not in the last couple, Trinity pushing the ball fast after every rebound, looking for transition?
Well, you have been seeing man-to-man pretty much consistently all day defensively from the Bantams. In some rare occurrences, they were double teaming Rogers in that situation. The Jumbos might be considering actually taking Rogers out, resting him before tomorrow's game, resting some of their starters, might be bringing in some younger players.
Yeah, you could definitely consider that. That is risky, though, is that this game, for the difference there is in the scoreboard, if Trinity suddenly starts hitting all their shots, this game will tighten up real quick.
As we see Smith come in for the Bantams once again. Cohen gonna kick it off.
Yeah, Jumbos do a little bit of load management, giving both Aronson and Thorner a seat.
Rogers. Cohen gonna loop it up to Rogers. Rogers gonna take it up, and he's gonna get the and one.
Yeah, Felix, you remember we were talking about the height difference at the beginning of the game?
Absolutely, Riley.
It doesn't matter when you got Luke Rogers. He just gets what he wants inside.
Rogers at the line. Great assist there by Brendan Morris.
Yeah,
Rogers
Brendan
can't
Morris.
get the extra point.
Brendan Morris is having himself a day. And speaking of load management, it looks as if Luke Rogers' day might be getting short to end as Gettings is waiting to check in for him at the scorer's table.
Fast-paced passing back and forth, but the ref's gonna see some movement there from a 2. He's gonna get the travel called on him as Luke Rogers stays in the game.
Ooh, this is interesting. Jumbo's going to the Twin Towers, the old school, like Houston Rockets style offense with 2 bigs. We'll see how they play it with this more tall, less outside shooting lineup.
Cohen from deep. Misses. McLaren trying to bring it in, but Jordan James picks it up. Mola with it.
You see, you wonder if Trinity will take advantage of the fact that Gettings is guarding a guard right now.
Dorian wide open 3, misses. Dorian gets his own rebound. Knocked out by Rogers. Cohen picks it up. Cohen now, the other way. Finds McLaren. Rogers in the paint, pulls up, gets the point. That's what you love to see from Luke Rogers.
Yep, absolutely. Luke Rogers doing a good job getting to the rim. Great finish there from Joseph Hawk.
As Trinity narrows that lead there. Jordan James with the interception. Hawk now. Smith. Jordan. Hawk. Nice around the back layup there.
It's very clear why Coach Linton wants a timeout. That's the second straight possession that Trinity's gotten multiple open looks at the basket. The defensive intensity is wearing off a little bit, and he wants to remind his team that there is a long way left in this one.
The Trinity bench is getting excited as the momentum is shifting over to the Bantams.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it. Donald Jordan Jr. starting to make his presence felt inside. Joseph Hawk coming off the bench, giving them some leadership and giving them a little bit of a spark. And I'll tell you what, if, as they are bound to do, some of these open threes that they're getting start falling, this game could go from a 20-point game to a 10-point game in about 2 minutes flat.
As both teams come back out after that timeout, we'll see how the Jumbos switch up their defensive strategy to slow down this momentum. We see a lot of movement from the Bantams, lots of passing. That height is coming back into their favor. We see a lot of points being taken, not from really downtown, but they're moving into the paint.
Yeah, they're starting to realize that the shots aren't falling today, so they're going to go attack the hoop, and it seems to have been working. If you're the Jumbos, you want to score somewhere around 10 points in the next couple of minutes. Really try and put this game away. Be able to rest some of your starters, knowing you have Con College tomorrow.
Aronson. Morris on it. There's Gettings. Morris. Morris holding on to it. He finds Aronson. Gettings. Morris now moving in mid-range, takes up the shot, and he banks it.
Yeah, Gettings with that on-ball screen set that whole play up. It took another 5 seconds, but the mismatch was created by that screen.
Now Mola for the Bantams. No good. Brady over to Morris. Morris looking for a shot, pulls up. Can't get a good fall.
Jumbo's bench wanted that, just rimmed out for Brandon Morris.
Now the Bantams. Mola. Over to Callahan Gold. Mola. Mola pulls into the paint. That shot's not going to count.
Tell you what, both teams are unhappy with the refs on that call. Aronson can't believe that he got the foul called on him, and Mola is seemingly looking for an and one that's not coming.
As Aronson gets taken out of the game with Theo Henry checking in.
Yeah, Theo Henry getting his first action today.
He was in earlier on, but we have, let's see if we'll see him for an extended period of time now. Knocked out of bounds as Bantams keep possession.
You know who I'm surprised we haven't seen this second half?
Who?
Dieterle. Really good shooter. Could take away some of the Morris, Thorner, Aronson minutes if you want to rest those guys, but he has not stepped on the floor in this second half.
Deep pass over to Thorner. Morris gonna try and pull it back. Morris.
Yeah.
A lot of fist movement there from both teams.
I'll tell you what, if Thorner had hit that, that might have been the knockout blow.
Rogers checks back in. Gettings being taken out.
If you're Coach Linton, you might be starting to get a little bit frustrated that your team is kind of just hanging around at this 20-point margin.
Henry over to Morris. Gonna try and play the screen. Henry can't find him though, intercepted by Smith. Now McCarron on the fast break, gonna pull up, gonna get the point.
Great finish.
He makes the bucket.
Great finish through contact from McEachern. And this Trinity team refuses to go away.
Now Henry. Rogers finds an open Thorner. Thorner gonna pull it in himself. It's gonna be a foul there on Morris.
No, that one's on Thorner.
Oh, it's on Thorner, my apologies.
Yeah, no, Thorner went up. Just a great job of putting your body on the line by Tyler Mola, taking one for the team, getting a charge, and that's the real sign of senior leadership. You're in a game, you're down by 20, but you're still willing to make the tough, the dirty plays that can help you.
Mola over to Callahan Gold. McEachern. Lots of talking from the Bantams. Callahan Gold off the mark.
Yeah, if I'm the Jumbos, I do not like to see him getting that shot.
Fast break from the Jumbos, no good. Now Bantams the other way.
Great job there, down low by Theo Henry, who seems to be taking it a little bit gingerly, getting back and not letting Dana Smith go up with that. Back to what I was saying, you don't want to let Callahan Gold get those open threes, because the type of shooter he is, if he gets one, then he could get a whole bunch of them to fall really quickly.
Thorner finds an open McLaren. Both teams getting a little more aggressive now in the second half. Bantams showing they want it.
Yeah, Bantams definitely look more alive on both ends in this second half.
Pass over to Thorner. Morris, and that's Rogers, my apologies. Now Henry from deep. McEachern. Gonna pass over to Mola. Mola.
Yeah, Mola's just a little bit of a spark plug. Him and McEachern just refuse to stop pushing the pace, refuse to stop just like being those little, you see those types of guards all the time in the NBA, the point guards that just push the pace and don't let the other team's defense rest at all.
Callahan Gold gonna pull up. Airballed it. Cohen. Trying to set up a play.
That's a real good sign of veteran leadership. Cohen had the open three, but it wasn't the best angle. Decided, I'll take the time. I know we got a big lead. I'll reset it, and we can work up the offense.
Over to Rogers. Rogers in the paint. There we go. Luke Rogers, 2 more points on the board.
Yeah, Luke Rogers is proving why you go back out and set up the offense, because whatever the Jumbos do through Luke Rogers.
Now McEachern, pull up mid-range. Rebound. They're going to fight for it. Rogers gets it in the end. Now Henry with the fast break. Over to Thorner. He's going to pull up, and he gets
and one there for Thorner.
One.
What a finish.
With that blocking foul.
Didn't get the call the first time. Got it this time with the acrobatic finish. And he'll be at the line trying to extend this lead to 26, which will be the Jumbo's largest of the night.
Thorner at the line. Gets the extra point. 45-19 with 10 minutes left. Now McEachern. Over to Hawk. Finds Mola. Jordan Jr. tried to get the rebound, but Theo Henry won the battle. Henry now from downtown. Air ball once again. In the paint. Great acrobatic movement there from Haw.
Yeah, and you wonder, with a Conn College team coming in tomorrow, a Conn College team known for their good guard play, if this could be a potential weakness. The way that Hawk and, to some extent, Mola have really been able to get to the hoop in this second half.
Thorner finds Brady. Brady gets the 3 points. Now Jordan Jr.
Tufts foul charge number 4, Theo Henry, his second.
Henry's going to get a foul. Don't know if Jordan Jr. liked that call necessarily. Seemed like he was trying to pull up in that situation.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem like he was going to have any success. He was trying to pull up against Luke Rogers.
Jordan Jr. now misses it. Rebound by Hawk. Rogers fighting for it, gets it. Cohen now the other way. Cohen in the paint. Lots of movement. 2 points off the layup.
The Euro step with a little bit of Irish on it puts this one all about out of reach here. As Jumbo's going to call a timeout, going to get some load management for some of their stars, and we might get to see some of the younger faces. Anyone in particular you got your eye on, Felix?
Well,
As someone to watch for the future.
I'd love to see Kai Champion come into this game. He's a young star, a little shorter than most of the players, but he can get the shot.
Yeah, Champion would be good to see. It would be nice to see Jackson Patton or Bobby Stewart, who we saw a little bit of the first half, but did not see a ton of. And for Trinity, they have a lot of freshmen. The majority of their team is underclassmen. So it'll be interesting to see what they do, because it's not like they're have all their freshmen on the bench. They're playing them right now, and you can see the building blocks of a good core in the future. A lot of these guys have a lot of talent. Dorian, great ball handler. Callahan Gold, big threat both inside and outside. And in a couple of years, this is going to be a tough team to play against.
Absolutely. Now both teams losing their star players. Rogers for the Jumbos, Jordan Jr. for the Bantams. But they seem to be in good hands moving forward.
Absolutely. And we're not ready to say goodbye to Luke Rogers just yet. We still got a couple more weeks with him, and hopefully a NESCAC title in there.
As the Bantams switch it up, Ethan Yetman checking in, the freshman. McEachran over to Yetman. McEachran. Wide open. Rebounded by Rogers. Now Cohen the other way.
I'll tell you what, Felix. Despite the way that they're not putting up on the scoreboard, I've been really impressed with Trinity's ball movement in the second half.
Lots of passing back and forth. Wide open. Referee didn't like what he saw there. Trinity's going to get the ball.
Yeah, Luke Rogers gets called for that one, and that'll probably be his night, as it looks like we will get to see Bobby Stewart as he enters for Luke Rogers.
Rogers going to rest up, make sure he's all prepared for tomorrow's game at Conn College, 3 p.m. only on JumboCast. McEachran now.
I guess the only question I would have at this point is, if you're Conn College, what benefit does it give you?
Jordan Jr. tries to get the dunk, but loses the ball. Now Mola. Fantastic shot there by Mola.
I guess that would be the benefit of keeping Jordan Jr. in the game, is for no one else on your team can dunk like that.
Henry in the paint, wide open, and gets the shot.
Great feed there from Dyerly, seeing the wide open Henry.
Now Mola, acrobatic movements. Jordan Jr. tries to get the rebound. They get the steal. Mola, mid-range.
I'll tell you what, as a Jumbos fan, I'm kind of glad that Mola's a senior, because he's been a bit of a problem for this Jumbos defense the second half.
Mola has been bringing the momentum to the Bantams.
Yeah, and you can see it as 3 starters getting set to check back in for the Jumbos.
Now McEachran. In the meantime, Dieterle has checked into the game. First time we've seen him all day. Henry.
McEachran's showing some pace there, getting coast to coast, but couldn't finish.
Dieterle over to Henry. Finds Bobby Stewart. Now Yetman. Jordan Jr. Over to McEachran. Mola now gonna take the three. No good. Cohen.
Dang, you could see over on the bench, Luke Rogers pleading with Coach to check back in alongside his teammates. Coach says, no, you are too valuable. We need you for tomorrow, bud.
Dieterle's off the mark. Mola now the other way. Mola over to Jordan Jr.
Great pass there from Mola, seeing the double team and just slipping it in with that one-handed off pass.
Jordan Jr. now with the chance for two. Makes the first.
Jumbo's going to make wholesale changes with the entire lineup coming off the floor. 4 starters coming back on the floor, minus Luke Rogers, whose place is being taken by Gettings. You wonder if we're going to see something different, either defensively or offensively, that Coach Linton wants to try out in a real game scenario before he might use it either tomorrow or next weekend.
Jordan Jr. gets both as a timeout is called. 1 timeout left for the Bantams. We'll see if they use it strategically. In this instance, 6 minutes left. Jumbo's lead 52-28. Riley, what do you see the Bantams having to do to narrow the lead that the Jumbos have?
I think the Bantams, honestly, it's not anything they need to do. They just need to start getting a little bit of luck on their side. So they're getting open shots. They're getting good looks at the basket. The bounces just aren't going their way, and they have gone the Jumbo's way. Don't get me wrong. There is definitely a gulf in quality between these two teams, but it's not this big of a gulf as the score would suggest. If the bounces were going equally, this would be about a 10-point game right now.
As both teams getting ready to come back out. We mentioned it earlier, Joseph Hawk for the Bantams has really stepped up his game. He's been their leading scorer so far in this second half. Both him and Mola have been getting shots from mid-range especially. We'll see if the Jumbos have any response to that moving forward as we come back.
It'll be interesting to see, and it'll be interesting to see how this Trinity team deals with that in the coming seasons, because they are both upperclassmen, and we've seen the glimpses of it today, but who's going to replace them in terms of the leadership that they so desperately need?
Aronson. Thorner.
Good block there.
Gettings tries to pull up, but no good. What a steal there by Aronson.
I'll tell you what, that's the sort of play that you don't see in a highlight reel, but just shows how good of a teammate and how good of a leader Tyler Aronson is.
Gettings using his size.
You're up by 25, there's 5 minutes left, but you see a sloppy pass, so you put in the extra effort to go get that ball.
Mola now with it. Jordan Jr. He's going to be fouled.
Tell you what, he's getting a real good chance today to improve his free throw percentage. Came into the game shooting 54% from the line. He's 4 for 4 from the line today. Has a chance to make it 6 for 6.
Jordan Jr. makes the first.
Crowd giving him a little bit of noise, trying to throw him off his game. It doesn't matter to him. He is locked in at the line.
Jordan Jr. makes both. Jumbo's now the other way.
Yeah, it's really weird in that for this Trinity team, the stats that have kind of held true all season have not held true today.
As we see Luke Rogers has come back into the game. Aronson now mid-range. Mola the other way. Over to Hawk. Mola.
Freshman Yasmin's been in a while, has yet to take a shot. Open in the corner now.
Mola over to Jordan Jr. Rogers fighting for that rebound. It seems like it was tipped by Jordan Jr. Jumbo's going to gain possession.
And that'll be Jordan Jr.'s last action for today, as he will take a seat, being replaced by the freshman Sean McCarkick.
Aronson. Rogers in the paint. That's where you see him use his side to get those 2 points.
I mean, that's how you get to 1,000 points. You make your shots. Doesn't matter if it's from 20 feet or 2, counts the same.
Deep pass over to Morris. Thorner, Rogers. Back to Morris. Finds Aronson. Brady moving back a little bit, trying to find some space. Rogers. Now Brady. Over to Thorner. Oh my God! Dylan Thorner with the dunk!
And it looks as if the crowd is going to erupt. Thorner's going to get the tee for, I don't know, hanging on the rim. I didn't see anything. He was just having a good time. Bench is on their feet. Coach giving him a handshake. Crowd is loving it. It's a party here at Cousins.
Even Mola has to smile at that one as he gets the extra bucket off of that bonus. The crowd is excited. The Jumbo bench is smiling. Dorian, out of bounds, they keep possession. As we see Bobby Stewart checking back in. Luke Rogers coming out, maybe the last time we see him, but we thought that last time too.
I have a feeling this one might stick with only 3 minutes to go.
That dunk brought Thorner to be the leading scorer for the Jumbos, but pretty well spread all around. Now Morris trying to get a dunk of his own, but he can't bring it up. Yeah, despite being the Jumbo scoring 56 points, Thorner, the leading scorer, only has 12. Shows that this has really been a team effort all around.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a 25-point game, but it hasn't felt like that because this has been a game of runs. This Jumbo team on one right now as they are just...
Morris from downtown. Rebounded.
Jumbo's team on a bit of a run right now, exceedingly dominant. They were like that at the end of the first half, too, with that 15-point swing in the last 5 minutes of the first half.
Hawk over to McEachran.
Well, I'll tell you what, Felix, it looks like you're going to get your wish, as set to check in is Kai Champion.
And the Jumbo bench is excited as the freshman Kai Champion.
He's going to have to wait for the first of Tyler Mola's shots before he can come in. Chomping at the bit is Champion to get into this game. As he will replace Dylan Thorner, who comes off to an ovation from this crowd.
Yetman. Back over to Mola. Yetman. Gonna pull up. Champion gets his first touch of the ball.
Great board there from Champion. Now he's gonna bring it up.
Over to Stewart. Morris. Champion. Champion holding on to it. Acrobatic action from Kai Champion. Rebounded by Stewart. Stewart's gonna get the 2 points.
Freshman putting in the work here for the Jumbos late. giving the fans a glimpse of not just what is right now, but what is the future of this team.
McEachran. Mola. 3 points for Mola. That's going to make him the leading scorer for the Bantams tonight.
Yeah, Tyler Mola really bringing it on this second half, showing that veteran leadership, that determination, and Trinity going to take another timeout, maybe to make some subs. That's the only rationale I can come up with.
Despite being in this situation, the Bantams have to be happy with their second half performance. They really brought this ball back. Mola has had a fantastic game, really never missing the mark. He's made all those shots that he had from mid-range.
I mean, look at it. It's a 23-point game. It was a 20-point game at halftime. This has been a 3-point difference in the second half. This Trinity team has stayed, despite their big men, their big shooters, not really bringing it. They have stayed with this Jumbos team in the second half. So it may not count in the standings, but they do have a lot that they can count and say, we did this well today. Let's take that into tomorrow.
As we gain a glimpse of the future of Jumbo basketball. Kai Champion and Bobby Stewart on the court, joined by Jay Dieterle, Theo Henry, and of course, the veteran Will Brady backing them up too. Stewart with the ball. Henry finds Champion. Stewart now in the paint. Stewart pulls up, gets those two.
Bobby Stewart showing why he was so highly touted coming into this season. And it looks like another freshman set to check in as a senior, my bad. Eric DeBryan getting set to check in for the Jumbos momentarily.
From downtown, there's Mola. Yeah, Luke Rogers flexing, showing that he's taught Bobby Stewart well.
And Brandon Litton is going to let some of the upperclassmen get some minutes. Those who are in the bottom of the rotation going to get in and momentarily. Champion going to pull.
Champion from deep.
Did you see that?
He got pulled on by that jersey. Bobby Stewart. It's lucky that jersey didn't get ripped off.
He still managed to corral that rebound, though. This kid's amazing down low. I'll tell you what, we're sad to see Luke Rogers go, but it looks as if he's trained his Jedi apprentice well.
Rogers at the line. Oh, apologies, it's Stewart. His the future Luke Rogers gets his first.
Jumbo's going to let some seniors get in momentarily, as it'll be Chris Borst, the junior, and Kieran Conding, who will enter the game
in the final minute. Mola with the ball. The Bantams are not giving up. Still keeping the pace high as Hawk tries to pull up.
Oof. That's
going to be blocked on the way down.
You know what?
Get
that is
contact.
really good there. I don't know if y'all could see that. It might have been out of the camera angle, but Jay Dieterle showing maturity, even as a sophomore, to understand Kai Champion's frustrated, but at the same time, this isn't the situation to get upset with the call. You just gotta, what's next it?
Hawk misses the first. 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
Two seniors entering the game, two great ovations as DeBryan and Kinding get their moment back in front of the fans.
Makes the second.
Champion gonna inbound the ball, but no one's gonna come back.
Champion. And what a fantastic win here for the Jumbos. Raleigh, you got to think that they're excited going into tomorrow's matchup after this win and really moving on into the next few games. Let's take a look at the Jumbo schedule moving forward. Tomorrow they play Conn College. You can watch that at 3 p.m. on JumboCast. Then go out to Colby for another conference matchup. and then back at home against Middlebury and Williams.
Yeah, I don't know who scheduled the Jumbo's schedule this season, but I have a feeling they have a vested interest in companies that do bus shuttles to Maine, because it's the third time the Jumbos will have to make the trip up to Maine. They've had to go play Bowdoin on the road, they've had to play Bates on the road, and now they'll have to go to Colby.
Mola makes his first at the line. And Mola closes out a great night for an individual performance.
Champion and Darley will just bring the ball over the timeline, dribble out the clock as the crowd, for the first time in 2 years, rises to his feet. Final score here at Cousins, Trinity 38 and your Jumbo 61.
And the Jumbos are going to be excited going forward. A great win from them here tonight. Once again, please join us tomorrow, 3 p.m. from Cousins Gymnasium against Conn College. Your Jumbos will be playing there once again. As we say here, good night. Make sure to follow JumboCast on all your social media networks, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And we hope to see you next time. From JumboCast, I'm Felix Bhattacharya, joined by Riley Daniel. Thank you, and good night.
You're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical.